G'day, Mark from Club Map. If you're part of a community club, especially if you're a committee member and the club's struggling a bit, or maybe even struggling a lot, I have an important message for you. It's not your fault. I'm going to say that again. If your club's struggling, it's not your fault. It just isn't, all right? And I'll tell you why. At Club Map, we've worked with thousands of grassroots clubs and the volunteers who run them, and we've built a really strong understanding of how there are some clubs that thrive and go from strength to strength, and there are other clubs that just don't. Clubs that are stuck in a constant battle to survive. And to be frank, it's a significant majority of clubs that get stuck in that rut of just surviving. They go week to week, season to season, year to year, and nothing ever changes. Why is that? Well, it's pretty obvious once it's been pointed out, but the fact is that the grassroots model of running a club is broken. It's old. It's old-fashioned, no longer relevant. The things that worked 50 years ago, even 10 years ago, they just don't work now. But a lot of clubs are still doing things that old way because that's the way they've always been done. How can you fix something if you don't even know what's broken? The volunteers running clubs these days literally don't know what they don't know. So they keep on doing the same old thing and they keep on getting the same old results. More than 90% of the people who run clubs have no education of any kind in how to do it. And as anyone who's done it knows, running a club isn't quite like running anything else. You might have a successful business or be really good with people or maybe even have once been a champion of your club. But none of these things prepare you for the unique demands that a community club makes on the people who keep it going. So lots of volunteer administrators, most of them actually, make it up as they go along. They don't have a choice. Often the previous person has taken all their knowledge with them. So there's been no handover of any kind. And it's also not unusual that club management practices are just so traditionally sketchy that there isn't much of anything to go on. So they haven't got a choice but to muddle their way through and just do the best they can. Club Map's own data, which we've collected from around 15,000 webinar attendees over the past 5 years, tells us that more than 90% of clubs use an old, outdated revenue model. More than 80% of clubs have no plan. A similar number rely on just 3 or 4 people to do the lion's share of the work. And more than 60% of club committees, they don't even frame a budget. They just launch into every new year, every new season without any idea if they'll get to the other end and still be solvent. Doesn't mean they haven't got good intentions. It just means, as I said before, they don't know what they don't know. And running a community club is hard, especially without any sort of guidance. Of course, there's all sorts of information available about what you're supposed to do, but there's precious little out there about how to put that theory into practice and actually do it. Our grassroots clubs are meeting places and melting pots, places for fun and activity, sources of accomplishment and pride. They are the heartbeat of local life. When our clubs are healthy, so are our communities. And that's what drives us at Club Map. It's why our purpose is to create healthy clubs for connected communities. And it's not hard at all. In fact, once you understand the how, it's a lot easier than making it up as you go along and not knowing if you're going to survive till the end of the year. If that's you and your club, remember what I said. It's not your fault. It's the fault of the outdated system we've inherited and the lack of information on how to run your club a new way, a modern way that works. Thanks for hearing me out on this. If you want to know more about Club Map and how we help struggling clubs and even clubs that just want to break through and go to a whole new level, visit us at clubmap.com.au.